At the beach house, Luna takes off, and Will points out which direction she went. Katie and Bill arrive as Deputy Chief Baker and his officers declare they have this handled. After the cops take off running, Will tells his parents that Luna lost the baby. Out on the dark, foggy beach, Luna runs for her life. Back in the house, Will worries about Electra. Katie says she's fine. Bill and Will puzzle over where Luna would have gone. Bill and Katie are heading out the door as Electra and Ivy arrive. Electra wants to come, but they won't let her. At the Cliff House, Finn and Steffi have checked on the kids and wonder how Luna escaped. Over at Taylor's office, she tells Daphne she's going to find the girl who tortured her daughter. Meanwhile, back at Steffi's, Finn learns that Lee, Sheila, Poppy, and Deacon are headed to the beach house. Luna's father worries about what she might do, but assures Steffi they're safe. Steffi hopes they find her and bury her. Finn declares Luna will never be free again. At the beach house, Sheila, Lee, and Deacon arrive in time to hear Will tell Electra and Ivy that Luna had a miscarriage. Sheila mutters about the tragedy. Luna really thought it would change her life. The three of them take off to help find her, and Ivy follows. Electra consoles Will. Outside, a police helicopter hovers as Luna runs around in the fog and tall grass. At Forrester, Deke and Carter do a mic check in the showroom. Carter says Daphne will be there soon, and she walks in with the big news about Luna's escape. There's a manhunt underway. Deke goes on about Luna being desperate. She'll do anything to stay out of prison. With that, they turn their attention back to work. For some reason, Daphne gets on the runway to sing. Taylor arrives at the beach house, and Electra and Will tell her Luna's still out there. They tell her she's not pregnant anymore. Taylor's sorry, but she's determined to hunt her down. Will tells Electra he's confused by his sadness. Still hiding in the tall grass, Luna frets as the helicopter shines its light around. Baker appears with a flashlight and hollers at her to turn herself in, but he doesn't see her. Katie, Bill, and all the others make it to the scene and start calling her name too. Luna makes a run for it, with Baker just missing her. Unsure of which way to go in the fog, she hears Taylor yelling that she'll find her one way or another. Luna hides again and hears Deacon closing in. "Bitch!" Sheila calls out. "Luna, it's your grandma! Come to me, baby! Come to me now!" At that very moment, Will reassures Electra, who's worried they won't find her. He wants to put this chapter of their lives behind him. Luna lurks in the fog as everyone searches frantically with the flashlights on their phones. Back at the beach house, Will and Electra make out. At the Cliff House, Finn frowns as he holds Steffi. As the search continues, Luna smiles, enjoying the thrill of eluding those chasing her, until she runs straight into the path of an oncoming car. The horn blasts and crashing noises ensue. The bold and the beautiful spoilers for Thursday, November 20th, reveal that fans will see grave danger for Luna Nozawa, while Lee Finnegan pleads for her granddaughter's police surrender. For starters, Deputy Chief Bradley Baker will stop Will Spencer from running after Luna in Thursday's B&B episode. Baker will warn that it's too risky and push Will to stay inside the beach house with Electra Forrester and Ivy Forrester once they arrive. Electra will be relieved to see Will is okay and will push for answers about his latest confrontation with Luna. Will should admit Luna claims she lost the baby shortly before she bolted for the beach. Once Lee, Poppy Nozawa, and Sheila Sharp race over from Il Giardino, they'll grab some flashlights and get out there searching for Luna. Lee will try to get through to whatever good might be left inside Luna on Thursday's show. Whether that really exists or not, Lee will encourage Luna to do the right thing and turn herself in. Lee won't want to see anyone else get hurt, but Luna herself may be in the most danger here. B&B's been dropping fatal Luna clues by having Poppy once again insist her daughter's dead to her and having Luna suggest she might as well be after everything she's lost. As the fog intensifies and Luna struggles with the chase that's coming up, she may face a deadly outcome. Whether Luna suffers a fatal accident or someone causes her grim ordeal instead, some fatal moments could indeed be coming. This beach run could send Luna right off a cliff or lead to some other terrible situation that cost Luna her life. Bill Spencer, Katie Logan, and John Finn Finnegan will also be involved in this shocking Luna chapter, which could close the book on her story for now. Of course, if Luna's body is never recovered, that could leave things open-ended for a return stint at some point. The bold and the beautiful spoilers say some Luna curveballs will shake things up even more, so stick with us for updates on any unsettling news to come. The bold and the beautiful spoilers hint that Deacon Sharp and Taylor Hayes' one-night stand may be in the works. Will a shocker push the new lovers into bed soon enough? Taylor and Deacon are already struggling with their growing feelings for each other. What started out as an intriguing spark is quickly growing into a fire of desire. That could be reason enough for Deacon and Taylor to end up in bed together at some point. However, there could actually be a major catalyst ahead when it comes to Taylor and Deacon hitting the sheets. B&B needs to offer a tipping point for Deacon and Taylor, so they might use this whole situation with Luna Nozawa to make it happen. Despite all the problems it caused when Sheila lied about Luna's survival and hid her Will Spencer scheme, she still loves her granddaughter. Since it looks like the show may deliver a presumed death for Luna, that may crush Sheila all over again. Sheila was deeply saddened the last time Luna died, so she may be even more heartbroken this time around. Between Luna's apparent demise and the loss of her unborn baby, Sheila may be doubly devastated over losing her grandchild and great-grandchild too. Deke, on the other hand, may think it's a goodbye, good riddance situation deep down. It may be hard for Deacon to really show much sympathy for Sheila under the circumstances. Sheila's grief and Deacon's lack of compassion could stir up more marriage problems. Although Sheila thinks they're working things out thanks to Taylor, she may be in for a rude awakening. In Deacon's continued therapy sessions, he may open up to Taylor about the relief he feels once Luna's gone. Taylor may share in that relief and leave Deacon feeling much closer to her than he feels to Sheila. This shocking Luna mess could build to a one-night stand for Deacon and Taylor. It could leave Taylor and Deacon wondering if they should bury it as a one-time blunder or pursue a real romance down the road. The bold and the beautiful spoilers say Taylor and Deacon may face a turning point in their relationship soon, so we'll bring you updates on any sizzling news to come. The bold and the beautiful spoilers hint that Will Spencer's daddy destiny may still be intact. Luna Nozawa claims she lost Will's baby, but could Electra Forrester's pregnancy be next? Will wasn't sure how to react when Luna admitted her miscarriage in B&B's November 19th episode. It's clear that Luna's news left Will shocked and unsure of his feelings. Deep down, part of Will may be relieved not to have anything linking him to Luna anymore. Will doesn't have to worry about the complications of raising Luna's child and how that would have affected Electra. At the same time, Will was already preparing for fatherhood. On some level, Will may have already grown a little attached to this baby due to all the Luna-free plans he was making for his or her life. That's why Will must be dealing with some pain and anger over Luna's lost baby too. This whole situation never should have happened, but Luna set it all in motion when she violated drunken Will that fateful night. Luna was hoping she locked in a future with Will when she got pregnant, but now she claims she's lost everything. Of course, we have to acknowledge the possibility that Luna could be lying, especially if she's decided her best strategy now is to bolt and try to keep her baby away from the Spencers. Regardless, Luna may be presumed deceased after more shockers play out following her beach chase. The show may intend on resting the character for a while, so everyone may come to believe Luna's gone for good. Of course, Will could still be destined for fatherhood if Electra gets pregnant next. If that's the case, Will might be elated and admit it feels right knowing Electra is going to be the mother of his firstborn, not Luna. If Luna was telling the truth about her miscarriage, she might return and target Electra's baby down the road. We could certainly imagine Luna getting obsessed with the idea of raising Will's child and stealing Electra's, if need be, to make that happen. The bold and the beautiful spoilers say Will and Electra have more drama ahead no matter what, so stay tuned for updates on any surprises to come. The bold and the beautiful spoilers reveal that some fans are wondering if Luna Nozawa has already lost Will Spencer's baby. Is Luna keeping a miscarriage secret, or is she gearing up for another round of manipulation? The show offered up some mixed signals when it came to Luna in the November 18th episode. At the beach house, Luna started out gushing about how it'd be the perfect place to build a family with Will, so it still seemed like she was all in on raising a child with him. However, Luna eventually made some comments that raised the possibility that she might have already miscarried Will's child. "I can't lose you, Will. Not now. Not after," Luna said, before trailing off and getting more emotional. Luna then strengthened her resolve again and insisted she wouldn't lose Will to anyone, especially not Electra Forrester. Of course, it's possible Luna simply meant she couldn't lose Will after everything that's happened. Luna put some seriously twisted work into this pregnancy plot, so she may not want to see it go to waste. That said, there was a lot of focus on the baby since Will made it clear that was the only thing he cared about. Luna clutched her bump as Will asked how their baby was, so there are multiple ways B&B could play this. There's a chance that Luna has genuinely suffered a miscarriage, so that's one option to mull over. Perhaps that's why Luna's so desperate to fight for Will and a future together. Maybe Luna thinks she can ultimately get pregnant again and build a life with Will if he'll just surrender to loving her. On the other hand, Luna might finally be accepting that a future with Will isn't going to happen now that he's had this outburst. If that's the case, Luna might realize it'd be in her best interest to fake that she's lost the baby and cut all Spencer ties before she disappears. Regardless, it looks like the show may be gearing up for Luna's presumed demise. If that's the case, B&B writers would be wasting a chance at good drama if Luna legitimately lost the baby beforehand. It would be unbelievably soapy for Luna to return somewhere down the line with Will's baby boy or girl in her arms. Even if Luna claims she's lost the baby now, it could turn out to be a lie if she resurfaces with Will's little one down the road. The Bold and the Beautiful, spoilers say some curveballs are still to come as Luna's storyline heats up. Luna dropped a huge bomb on Will in the recent episode of Bold and Beautiful, one that left fans speculating, not only if she lied, but as to what will happen next. With everyone rushing to the scene of the confrontation between the jailbird and Will Spencer, it's clear we're approaching an enormous turning point. After a delusional Luna spent the better part of 2 episodes begging and pleading with Will to tell her that they have a future together and asking to raise their family at the beach house, the psychopath's narrative took an unforeseen turn when she suddenly announced that she had lost everything, including the baby she'd been carrying. Read the recap here. That news already qualifies as a mega twist, but was she telling the truth? There were subtle clues that something had changed, but wouldn't the prison have known and alerted someone if a medical emergency had arisen? Perhaps Luna, experiencing her first pregnancy, mistakenly believes she miscarried, but merely had a bit of spotting, which is completely normal. Or perhaps she decided to lie after finally realizing that she had no chance with Will. As calculating as she is, she may have reasoned that they wouldn't look for her too hard if they believed there was no Spencer baby to worry about. Which brings us to upcoming mega twist possibility number 1. Luna manages to get away, holes up somewhere outside of town, has the baby, and shows up months down the road with Will's child. Probably when he's about to tie the knot with Luna. There's nothing like a wedding for a shocking reveal. If you don't believe us, ask Luna's grandmama, Sheila. However, if our hunch is correct, there's another big twist coming very soon. All of those text messages that left everyone making a beeline for the beach house can't have been for nothing. We're guessing that the writers are gathering the group to witness something significant go down. Perhaps the foreshadowing about Katie's heart will come into play. Maybe Will's mom will finally succumb to all of the stress when she learns Luna's made a run for it, and she'll collapse. That brings us to upcoming mega twist possibility number 2. The writers decided to have Luna lose the baby so she could plunge over a cliff in the darkness and hover on the brink of death long enough for her heart to still be viable, to donate to Katie. Finally, soaps love to bring back a villain from the past, even after they've been declared dead. So it's possible that Katie won't collapse, but Luna will end up presumed dead, only to later return when we least expect her, with or without a Spencer child in tow. Did Luna lie about losing the baby? Vote! The Bold and the Beautiful, spoilers for the week of November 24-28, reveal that Steffi Forrester Finnegan and John Finn Finnegan will have a surprise visitor while Deacon Sharp welcomes 2 extra guests for a special meal. Of course, we should discuss all the Luna Nozawa turmoil first, since that's building to a shocking climax. There's a good chance Luna will face her presumed demise, so her escape should come with a catastrophic twist. Whether Luna accidentally tumbles into the water on her own or gets a shove into the ocean by an enemy, she may disappear into the abyss for now. If Luna vanishes without her body being found, then B&B will have the perfect setup for her to return down the road with Will Spencer's baby in tow, unless she's already miscarried. No matter how things play out with Luna, it's great that a Thanksgiving-themed episode will air on November 26th. That means the characters will feel comfortable enough to have some fun and put the latest Luna chapter to rest. Steffi and Finn will have a small gathering with Taylor Hayes, Kelly Spencer, and Hayes Finnegan, but there will also be an unexpected visitor who arrives for the festivities. Since Thanksgiving episodes usually stick to heartwarming scenes instead of providing major drama, there's probably no need to worry about Luna resurfacing so soon. Instead, this unexpected visitor may be someone who brings smiles and hugs all around. Thomas Forrester might be an option, but the timing of Atkinson's recent return to filming is more in line with a Christmas comeback. That said, there's a chance Atkinson might have squeezed in filming on some earlier scenes for this Thanksgiving surprise. However, there's been some buzz about Douglas Forrester popping up, so that's another option to consider. Regardless, Steffi and Finn's Thanksgiving party will come with some big news while Deacon and Sheila Sharp gear up for their own Turkey Day celebration. Since Carter Walton and Daphne Rose won't have any other plans, Deacon and Sheila will urge the pair to join their meal at Il Giardino. Daphne, Carter, Sheila, and Deacon will have a rather odd double date for Thanksgiving this year, so stick with us for updates on that awkward yet sweet get-together. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers say plenty of excitement's brewing during the week of November 24-28. B&B's Katie Logan is Heather Tom's longest soap opera role. Heather Tom has been on many soap operas throughout her 35-year career. From her days on The Young and the Restless to One Life to Live, the actress played many iconic roles. But her role as the Bold and the Beautiful's Katie Logan may be the best one. Tom's soap opera career began in 1980 when she was cast as Victoria on Y&R. The actress immediately won over the audience with her performance as the rebellious, strong-willed Newman heiress. After 13 years on the CBS soap, Tom left and moved to New York to join OLTL as Kelly. Much like on Y&R, Tom was front and center in many storylines and earned multiple award nominations. But after 3 years, the star exited the ABC soap and moved back to Los Angeles. It didn't take her long to find her next role when B&B executive producer Brad Bell approached her about playing Katie. Tom admitted to TV Insider she thought the gig would be short-term, lasting only 6 months. However, once she arrived at the studio, she realized things were different. "It just felt like I was back home," she confessed. "I was back in the CBS studio 4 years later, older and wiser, and it was this lovely, fun oasis where everyone was happy, and everyone had a good time, and everyone wanted to be there." The actress quickly bonded with her co-stars and realized that B&B was going to be her permanent home. "I found out real quick that not only do they like working together, they like hanging out together too. It's a fun vibe." Tom has been playing Katie for 18 years, her longest role to date. B&B has not only earned the actress 4 more Daytime Emmys, but it's also allowed her to explore her other talents. When Tom isn't on screen, she's working behind the scenes, writing and directing. One of her most memorable scripts aired in March of this year, marking Women's History Month. The episode, which she also directed and starred in, featured B&B's leading ladies in emotional and pivotal moments. One of the key scenes was Katie stopping Hope from slapping her mother, Brooke. Whether she's working on screen or off-screen, Tom is still an important key player on B&B. These days, fans are seeing more of her character as Katie is involved in Will and Luna's story. Not only is it a fun time for Tom and her castmates, but also viewers as they watch the action unfold. The Bold and the Beautiful, spoilers for the week of November 24th, reveal some twists and turns. Fans can expect Deacon Sharp to invite 2 surprising guests over for Thanksgiving. Meanwhile, Daphne Rose continues making new connections. Keep reading and let's talk about what is coming up in the CBS soap opera. Let's start off with Luna Nozawa. The police are at the beach house, But Luna slipped away when Will Spencer opened the door. Then, Deputy Chief Bradley Baker shows up with a female officer. While they do get pointed in the right direction, Luna is pretty good at hiding. In any case, there is probably going to be a cliffhanger at the end of this week. That means we will find out what happens to Luna during the week of November 24th. The Thanksgiving episode is supposed to air on Wednesday, November 26th. Everyone will be counting their blessings and naming what and who they are grateful for. Taylor Hayes might be secretly grateful for Deacon Sharp. Meanwhile, Steffi Forrester Finnegan and John Finn Finnegan will celebrate their family's safety after Luna's escape. Steffi and Finn do get 2 surprise visitors. Could that be Thomas Forrester and Douglas Forrester? The Bold and the Beautiful, spoilers for next week, reveal that Deacon will have 2 guests over at Il Giardino for Thanksgiving. Deacon and Sheila Carter Sharp end up feasting with Daphne and Carter Walton. There should also be some more plans for Liam Spencer and Hope Logan's upcoming wedding. Deacon and Sheila might stop by for Turkey Day. However, with Beth Spencer's wedding ban, Hope will have to break the news to Deacon that Sheila can't come to the nuptials. Even though Sheila did bash Luna recently, fans could tell that her heart was breaking. The grandmother truly wanted Luna to turn her life around. Even though Luna just used Sheila, the grandmother will probably feel emotional about it anyway. As for Luna's fate, the chances are likely that she falls off a cliff, dropping into the ocean. Her body probably won't be found. However, what happens when Luna and baby return months or even years later? Luna said she miscarried, but is that really true? The Bold and the Beautiful recap is finally in for Thursday, November 20th, 2025. In today's episode, Luna Nozawa makes a shocking confession. The police arrive at the beach house. Plus, Steffi Forrester Finnegan sends an alarming text to everyone she knows. Daphne gives Taylor a gift at the hospital. They gush about each other's performances. Daphne feels lucky to have Steffi as a friend. They bring up Luna. Bill Spencer promises Katie Logan that Luna will suffer. They swear Luna will have nothing to do with the baby. They are hoping that with the beach house as a fresh start, Will can finally put Luna behind him. Bill's phone rings. It's the prison. Katie says he should hang up on Luna. Bill answers anyway and hears Luna is missing. Bill orders the girl to be found now. Bill tells Katie the news, and she instantly worries about Will. Bill and Katie are both on their phones with different people regarding the Luna situation. Bill is ordering security for Will and Steffi too. Katie can't get a hold of Will. Electra isn't picking up her phone either. Katie finally gets Electra on the phone. She's not with Will, she's at the office. Katie tells Electra and Ivy on speakerphone that Luna escaped. Charlie Weber needs to lock down the building. Katie just talked to Brooke Logan Forrester, who will update Ridge Forrester. Bill just got a text from Will. Luna is with him. Beatty races to the beach house. At the cliff house, Steffi keeps asking John Finn Finnegan if she hears that sound. The doctor hears nothing. Exactly, it's silence, Steffi declares. A shirtless Finn kisses his wife, then they make out on the couch. They talk about a future without Luna, then embrace. Steffi's phone dings. It's Bill. Luna's escaped from prison. Steffi freaks out and calls to make sure the kids are okay. Steffi is hyperventilating, so she throws the phone at Finn. Taylor Hayes calls Steffi. Taylor is still with Daphne Rose and learns Luna has escaped. Taylor asks about the kids. When she hangs up, she tells Daphne the news. Finn checked all the doors and motion sensors and alarms. The police are on their way. Steffi gets a text from Katie. Luna is at Will's beach house. Katie tells Steffi to alert everyone. Taylor gets Steffi's text and relays the news to Daphne. Luna cries and begs Will Spencer. However, the young man makes it clear that her future is in prison, and his is with Electra Forrester. Luna continues begging, saying she needs Will so much. When she tries to grab him, Will leaps back. Luna claims that he doesn't know what she's going through. Will calls her delusional and disgusting. Luna sobs and claims she's so sorry, then grabs her stomach. Meanwhile, at the prison, the guard orders Luna to get up from under those blankets. The guard pokes the blankets with her baton, then realizes there's no one under them. The guard runs out of the cell, radioing Code Red, and puts the prison on lockdown. Security has been breached. Two guards meet and talk about how Luna isn't in the prison. The local police have been notified. They talk about Luna being dangerous and desperate. Back to Will, he tells Luna she's going back to prison and she's never getting out. After the baby is born, it will be like Luna never existed. Luna continues apologizing. Will says the child will never know anything about Luna or what she did as the girl bawls. Luna says she might as well be dead. She's lost everything. Will reminds Luna of all her crimes. Luna says she loves him. Will says she doesn't because Luna is incapable of feeling anything. Luna says she feels fear, remorse, and grief. While Luna turns around ranting, Will grabs his phone to send a quick text message. Luna turns around and notices nothing. Will says the police are on their way. Luna sobs and begs Will. The young man says his attorneys will handle everything and the baby will be loved. Luna says it's too late. Will asks what happened to the baby. She doesn't know. It must have been the stress. Luna admits she lost the baby. Sirens can be heard approaching. Will runs outside to tell the police Luna is inside. While Will isn't looking, Luna runs out the door. Ivy Forrester and Electra talk. The aunt wants to make sure Electra can handle all of this, given that Luna is pregnant. The girl says it's Will's baby, and that's enough. Electra will only see his goodness and strength in that baby. Luna will be in prison, and they never have to see her again, the girl says. Electra promises her aunt that she will get through this okay. Ivy says that because of Luna, the baby is going to be a huge part of their futures. Electra gets Steffi's text next. She tells Ivy about Luna's location. Instead of staying put and letting the police do their job, they race out the door. Deacon Sharp tells Lee Finnegan and Penelope Poppy Nozawa that Tom Starr and Paul Hollis Hollister were good men. Luna robbed them of their lives and their futures. Deacon hopes Luna is haunted by the men she killed. Poppy goes to leave, then looks at her phone. Lee makes a snarky comment about a canceled date. Poppy tells her sister that Luna escaped. Sheila Carter Sharp comes in and asks what's going on. The man says they were just discussing Luna's crimes. Sheila admits even she took pity on Luna and tried to help her. Poppy wonders why Luna threw her golden opportunity away. Lee says because Luna is just like her mother. Poppy is on hold with the prison. Deacon gets Steffi's text, so he alerts Lee and Sheila. Deacon tells them to let's go, so Poppy, Lee, and Sheila quickly follow. Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Be sure to check back with Celebrating the Soaps for all the latest, the bold and the beautiful spoilers, news, rumors, comings and goings, and updates. The bold and the beautiful spoilers suggest that some fans are wondering if Luna Nozawa has truly lost Will Spencer's baby? Or does she have another kind of manipulation in store for the young Spencer? The show offered some mixed signals on November 18th, followed by Luna telling Will that she miscarried after he assured her that he would take the baby and it would not know her. Is Luna lying about her loss? At first, Luna gushed about the beach house being such a great place for them to raise their child. Afterward, Luna made some shocking comments that raised questions about whether or not Luna had lost the child. "I can't lose you, Will. Not now. Not after..." As Luna's voice trailed off into one of her crying fits, Luna wasn't going to lose Will to anyone after everything she has been through to get him. Especially Electra Forrester, Luna had said. Luna may have meant after everything that has happened, after plying him with liquor to get him drunk enough that he wouldn't recognize her as she pushed her way into bed with him. Will made it plain that he wants nothing to do with Luna. Will is only interested in that baby. Will plans on his lawyers getting him custody of the child and completely cutting Luna out of the baby's life. Is Luna telling Will that she lost the baby to see if he would comfort her, now that their child is not longer here to keep them tied together? Does Luna think she can actually talk Will into giving in to her and trying to see if they can have a relationship? Is Luna counting on getting pregnant again so that she still has Will's child? Luna has now ran off and seems to be expecting Will to follow. Who will follow Luna and try to save her from herself now that she is running on the beach? Now that Will has made himself clear and even called the law on Luna, perhaps Luna will pretend that she has lost the baby to cut all ties with the Spencers. Luna needs another rich man to suck her into becoming her sugar daddy and getting her out of jail. Who will Luna turn to now that her chance with Will is finally done? Imagine Luna being declared dead and escaping from the cops once again, only to return in the future with a child claiming that it belongs to Will. Spoilers promise some new twists and turns down the road, and Luna returning with a baby then could very well provide that. Will Luna fake her death and come back with the child another day? The bold and the beautiful spoilers and updates suggest that Luna Nozawa could encounter a murder twist, prompting us to discuss 5 potential suspects in her possibly deadly departure. Is there a chance that someone will make a surprising move to eliminate Luna completely? Now that Luna has broken free from prison, a huge search operation will begin. Luna is likely to run away on the beach in the fog, making the next part of the story grim. It would be pointless for Luna to escape and go to prison. There must be something more happening, suggesting Luna could face a very different fate. If the show has her fall off a cliff into the water, it might imply her presumed death. We should think about the chance that someone could push Luna into the ocean, aiming to end this nightmare for good. With this in mind, let's consider 5 suspects who might be eager to give Luna a strong push towards her end. Poppy Nozawa will be enraged upon hearing news of Luna's escape and will undoubtedly join the search for her. Is it possible for Poppy to track down Luna and drive her own daughter to a point of no return with deadly consequences? It could be a dramatic struggle between mother and daughter, possibly at the edge of a cliff, where Poppy tries to hang on to her but has to let go. Luna is loony enough that she'd try to pull her own mother over the edge to her death, blaming her for all her angst growing up. Poppy would have no choice but let Luna fall, should it come to a battle to the death. If Electra Forrester manages to discreetly slip away from the group, there's a chance she could emerge as a serious contender in the investigation surrounding Luna's possible murderer. It's easy to envision Electra harboring such intense fury that it propels her toward that dark path. However, by doing so, she risks complicating her relationship with Will, especially if her actions inadvertently lead to a tragic outcome for his child as well. It may be difficult for Electra to separate Luna from the child that she's carrying, perhaps deeming the baby a demon seed. Therefore, the baby she's carrying would be a necessary sacrifice to rid the world of his or her mother. Sheila Sharp is undoubtedly a wild card in relation to the unfolding events surrounding Luna. While Sheila harbors a genuine concern for her granddaughter, it's crucial to recognize that she possesses a fiery temperament. Her discontent over Luna jeopardizing her marriage is significant, and should Luna dare to confront her about it, there's a chance Sheila could lose her cool. Given that Sheila has a darker, more sinister side, one cannot rule out the possibility of this anger escalating, which could ultimately result in Luna facing serious consequences. If Bill Spencer manages to find Luna all by herself on the beach, is it possible that he could finally follow through with the lethal actions he has previously threatened? Despite his claims of wanting to change for the better, Bill might just be prepared to eliminate Luna. Meanwhile, Katie Logan has always been cautious about any potential danger to Luna, especially considering the baby involved. But everyone has their limits. In a moment of intense emotion, could Katie lash out at Luna, or perhaps even lead to her death after a fierce confrontation? Given that Katie seems to be on the verge of another heart crisis, this could serve as a convenient plot twist for B&B to introduce. Luna's on the run, and she could end up lost or left for dead. The bold and the beautiful hasn't been subtle with its clues lately. They teased Luna's big prison breakout, and now they might have toyed with the possibility that she could fake her own death. According to the B&B preview, Luna ends up on the run upon breaking out of prison. She first stopped at the beach house, where she came face to face with Will, who was horrified to see her again. He assumed that they had finally gotten rid of the problem. Luna claimed that she had to see Will after learning that he had moved in with Electra. She thought they had a good thing going, but Will finally gave Luna a harsh reality check that she needed. He recounted all the crimes she committed, even raping him. Luna broke down and apologized to Will for violating him. She shared some shocking revelations during their conversation. First, Luna said that she would be better off dead since she had lost everything she wanted. However, she still didn't feel remorse for everything she's done. She's just sorry that Will's disappointed in her. Then, she told Will that she miscarried. By the time the police showed up, she had already slipped out into the night. There will be an intense search for Luna. B&B might be setting up a new mystery. The spoilers suggest that a shocking death will rattle the town of Los Angeles. What Luna said to Will could be a clue that she could end up staging her own death. She could end up falling off a cliff while trying to flee from the police. Somehow, Lee is involved because she's encouraging her granddaughter to make the right decision, which is to turn herself in. This is the perfect time for Yamada to exit the soap, albeit temporarily. She's already riding on the high of her daytime Emmy win and other acting gigs. Luna's death could have everyone wondering if she's really gone for good, or if she's pulling a fast one over them again. She could show up a year or so later with Will's kid in tow. This is the perfect way to exact revenge on her enemies and maintain her power and control over them. Luna tearfully confessed to Will that she miscarried, but fans don't believe her. Luna shared a heartbreaking revelation on the Wednesday, November 19th, 2025, episode of The Bold and the Beautiful. It wasn't the kind of news that fans weren't expecting, and now they're having doubts. At the beach house, Luna begged Will to assure her that they had a future together. She was devastated that he moved in with Elektra. Their baby was made out of love. Will explained to Luna that what she did wasn't love. He informed her that he would never love her and that his future is with Elektra. Will didn't back down as he let Luna know that she had taken advantage of him. She cried and apologized for violating him. She also suggested that she might as well be dead since she had already lost everything. Will informed Luna that the authorities were on the way and that they would handle everything, especially with the baby. Luna told him that it was already too late. She lost the baby. Will was shocked by the news. Then, he ran out to meet with the cops. But it was too late. Luna is already on the run. And her mother could end up in her crosshairs. This news changes everything about Luna and Will's future. However, was Luna telling the truth? Or was she trying to get Will to feel sorry for her? She might have believed that she had already miscarried, or maybe she's finally realizing that she doesn't have a future with Will. Regardless, fans already reacted to the scene on X, formerly Twitter. Many of them have doubts about Luna's miscarriage. One fan posted, "Is Luna telling the truth about losing the baby? Why is this the first time we're hearing of it? She better not show up in 5 years with Will's baby. That's all I'm saying." Someone else asked, "Wait, Luna lost the baby? When did it happen?" Another fan speculated, "Luna is lying through her teeth. She didn't lose that baby. She's going to be presumed dead and show back up 6 months down the line with a baby in tow." Another suspicious viewer shared the same sentiment, noting, "Luna just lied about losing the baby. Will shouldn't take everything she says at face value." What are your thoughts on this shocking plot twist? Do you believe Luna miscarried? Sound off below in the comments section. The Bold and the Beautiful is setting the stage for another magical Lope wedding on the CBS soap. But Hope Logan and Liam Spencer's I-do's could be derailed by his old wishy-washy behavior. Should Hope be worried about Liam's other ex-wife? Keep reading to find out. Here's what's coming up next on The Bold and Beautiful. Spoilers down below. The holidays are right around the corner on Bold and Beautiful, and so is the highly anticipated wedding of Hope Logan and Liam Spencer. The couple's daughter Beth hasn't set a date yet, but planning for the big day is already underway, and she has made a guest list already. Nobody wants to be someone's second choice, and general consensus on the internet is that is exactly what Hope Logan is to Scott Clifton. Even though Steffi Forrester is married and off the market, that didn't stop Liam from trying to get back together with her on more than one occasion. But she turned him down. Some fans argue that Lope is only together again because Steffi wouldn't leave her husband, Dr. John Finnegan. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers say that before Liam was diagnosed with cancer, he had expressed interest in Hope again. But once Liam found out that he was dying, he gravitated right back to his married ex Steffi. In fact, Steffi is the one who took dying Liam under her wing and spent almost every day in his hospital room when he thought he was dying. Hope didn't start spending a lot of time with Liam until Steffi Forrester left town, and he needed someone else to coddle him and hold his hand. Right now, Hope and Steffi are in the midst of a truce, but could all that change when Lope's wedding date gets closer? Soap spoilers hint Hope could start to grow uneasy about how close Steffi and Liam still are. They definitely bonded a lot while Liam had a fake tumor. Could the former rivals start butting heads again over their mutual ex? Should Hope be worried about how close Liam and Steffi are right now? Share your thoughts and theories in the comments below and keep checking back here on Celebrating the Soaps for more B&B news and updates. Deacon Sharp gave Sheila Carter another chance on The Bold and the Beautiful, but spoilers say she's on super thin ice with her husband. Deacon Sharp agreed to halt the divorce talks and work on his marriage, but all that is about to go out the window. Sheila is going to have a lot of explaining to do on the CBS soap now that Luna is on the loose. Will Luna Nozawa's prison escape cost her grandmother her marriage? Here's what's coming up next on Bold and Beautiful, spoilers down below. You would think that after nearly losing her husband Deacon, Sheila Carter would have finally learned her lesson and steered clear of the Il Giardino serial killer. But as soon as Sheila hears the pregnant prisoner made a run for it, she heads to the beach where the manhunt is taking place. Luna is pregnant, and now Sheila can argue that she has 2 grandchildren to be worried about, but Deacon probably won't be buying it. Rumors tease this week's manhunt will end in tragedy at On the Beach. A popular theory among fans is Sheila Carter will find pregnant Luna Nozawa before the police do, and she will help her fake her death. It won't be hard to lie and say Luna was swept out to sea or fell off a cliff into the foggy ocean, and it will be easy to explain away why there isn't a body. Deacon nearly divorced Sheila Carter the last time it was revealed that she knew Luna was on the loose and didn't tell him. Sheila vowed to be honest with Deacon moving forward, and this is a horrible start to the new chapter in their marriage. B&B spoilers say Deacon Sharp is smitten with his therapist, Taylor Hayes. In Sheila's defense, Deacon is looking for a reason to pull the plug on their marriage so he can put the moves on the good doctor. If his wife gets caught up in another Luna Nozawa scandal, he'll be able to walk away guilt-free. Do you think that Deacon will dump Sheila if he finds out she helped Luna escape again? Is he just looking for an excuse to hit the sheets with Taylor? Elektra comes off as too pristine and perfect for fans to believe in. Elektra Forrester was introduced as a naive and innocent woman who fell in love with Will Spencer on The Bold and the Beautiful. However, she's managed to hold her own, especially when it comes to Luna Nozawa. Yet, fans don't trust her motives. Luna's dramatic transformation from a girl next door to a baddie to a murderous psycho has fans doubting Elektra's intentions. Like Luna, she was introduced as a naive woman. She ended up falling for Will's charm. But the two developed an authentic connection, whereas Luna thinks he's in love with her. Over at one soap opera message board, the original poster noted that she acts a little too shady because she spends most of her time with Will. Arguably, the two just moved in together, so they will be spending a lot more time together. But the original poster wondered whether she was a gold digger. However, Elektra comes from a legacy family. She doesn't need anyone else's money. She remains unfazed by wealth, power, and success. One fan argued, Elektra has a job at a prestigious fashion house and makes her own money. This does not make her a gold digger. Someone else asked, how is she acting shady? It's nice to see someone who isn't letting a crazy lunatic dictate their lives. Elektra has no problem knocking out Luna and telling her off when she needs to. Some fans wonder if there's more to her than her sweet and innocent act. Does Elektra have a secret dark side? One fan noted, "'Cause I noticed a few times, for example, when they made her a little too zealous about hating Luna, ifch, though kai." Elektra has every right to feel this way. That same person noted that she could take a dark turn with her obsession with Luna. Another person bluntly wrote, "There's something about her that I don't like or trust. We shall see." But for now, Elektra's just a normal young woman who's navigating her first romantic relationship. She has been open with Will about her feelings and intentions. B&B fans previously called out Elektra for not considering Will's feelings, but she finally saw that he's a victim in his situation with Luna. Elektra has come a long way in both her professional and personal life. What are your thoughts on Elektra's intentions? Do you think she can be trusted? Sound off below in the comments section. Will might be rethinking his decision to move into the beach house. As one of the Old and the Beautiful's multimillionaires, Bill loves to lavish his family with gifts. Recently, he gifted his youngest son, Will, with a new home. But Will's new living quarters is giving fans the creeps. The beach house is one of B&B's most famous sets. Many characters have called the place home, including Ridge and Taylor. The house has changed ownership throughout the years, and Bill currently owns it. Most recently, the home was used as a daycare center, but was shut down after Luna's crime spree. Who could forget Luna holding Steffi hostage on the property, then later shooting Liam and Sheila? After the tragic events that took place, one would assume nobody would want to live there. However, Bill didn't want the property to go to waste. He cleaned and sanitized the place and hired a spiritualist to remove the negative energy. With the place looking and feeling brand new, Bill decided to give the house to his son Will. One would assume Will wouldn't want to live in the place where his brother got shot, but he accepted his dad's gift. The fact that B&B chose this location as Will's new home isn't going over well with fans. On a message board, B&B viewers expressed their dislike for the idea. It seems like he could have bought Will a different home. Didn't have to set him up in Crimeville, wrote one user. That beach house has been run through. I would never have gifted that place to my son after the most recent crimes that took place there, one commenter replied. It doesn't seem like it matters where crimes or horrible things happen. The sets are still used, one fan wrote. Will's new living arrangements might not last long. After Luna sees Will and Electra's social media post, she breaks out of prison and heads to the beach house. Luna is determined to be with Will. However, her plan could be thwarted with the police on her trail. With the police and Luna's family after her, the young villainess could become desperate. And fans know how dangerous Luna can be when backed into a corner. Luna's crime spree might not be over just yet. With her back at the scene of her latest crime, more tragedy could strike. Could Will or Electra be her victims? Or will someone else get caught in Luna's crossfire? On the Wednesday, November 19th, 2025, episode of The Bold and the Beautiful, Steffi and Finn's night of peace collapses. Luna tells Will the worst possible news, and the police close in on her whereabouts. The prison guard finally noticed that Luna wasn't in her cell and quickly issued a code red about the missing prisoner. They knew Luna was desperate, so everyone needed to be on high alert because of the danger she posed. Daphne visited Taylor at her office in an unofficial capacity. She thanked Taylor for supporting Il Giardino's open mic night. Daphne was grateful to have a friend like Steffi, and the two were happy that Steffi's nightmare with Luna was behind her. Ivy continued to ask Electra if being with Will while he had a child with Luna was possible. This time, Electra told her to stop asking because with Luna behind bars, they had a path toward an actual life together. She appreciated Ivy's concerns, but she was adamant that she and Will would overcome any obstacles. Still, Ivy reminded her about the baby and how it would eventually complicate things. Bill wanted to make Luna suffer for the torment she put Will through. They wanted to ensure she never got her hands on the baby after giving birth. Bill's goal was to give Will a fresh start so he could place the Luna ordeal firmly in his past. He urged her to trust that he'd do anything to protect their family from the harm Luna brings. Katie believed their family was strong enough to get through anything. Bill thought, with their whole again, anything was possible. However, the prison called Bill with the worst possible news. Luna had escaped, and her whereabouts were unknown. Bill vowed to hold them responsible if any harm came to his family. Katie begged him not to say it, but he had no choice but to reveal the words, "She escaped." Bill needed security to accompany Will, Liam, and Steffi because they were all potential targets for Luna. Katie finally got through to Electra and wished that she were with Bill. Katie informed her that Luna escaped prison, and they knew Will would be the first place Luna targeted. He got a text from Will, who revealed that Luna was with Bill. Deacon discussed the deaths of his friends with Poppy and Lee, lamenting life without them. He wanted Luna to be haunted for the rest of her life by the ghosts of her criminal past. Sheila walked in on the conversation and asked what the unlikely trio was discussing. Sheila felt foolish for giving Luna a second chance, blindly believing that she could change. Poppy got word that Luna escaped, much to the shock of Deacon, Sahila, and Lee. Deacon received a text saying that Luna was at the beach house with Will. Steffi expressed satisfaction at the sound of silence in her home. She and Finn appreciated having a night to themselves, since the children were away at a sleepover. Although they missed the kids, a night of romance, alone, was long overdue. Plus, with Luna in prison, they could actually relax for once. They made out on the couch for a bit and basked in the glow of their burning love. Finn promised Steffi they'd never have to worry about Luna again. After a toast to their marriage, Steffi got a text from Bill, who alerted her that Luna had escaped prison. Taylor called Steffi to check in on her, and a terrified Steffi explained that Luna had escaped from prison and no one knew where she was. Taylor was concerned about her daughter's safety and pleaded with her to flee to Eric's home for greater security. Steffi got a text from Katie, who said Luna was at Will's beach house. Luna begged Will to tell her they could be a family, and she reminded him that their baby was made of love. He assured her that nothing existed between them besides the child she carried. In that vein, he asked for an update on the baby, but she dodged the question and again begged for a chance at a future with him. Will declared, "I will never love you. Your future is in prison, and mine is with Electra." Luna cried to Will that he had no idea what she'd been suffering through. He thought all she dealt with was the reality that her delusional love story would never come to fruition. Before he could say much more, she broke down further, crying that she was sorry about something. He assured her she'd return to prison and never see the light of day. Once the baby was born, her existence would be wiped from the earth. Luna admitted that what she did to him and everyone else was horrible, and she vowed she'd never do it again. He promised never to tell their baby about the type of monster she was. Luna kept crying as Will continued to bash her, and she explained, "I lost everything, Will. I lost it all." Will walked Luna through her long list of victims, and he begged her to feel some semblance of remorse for her actions. He didn't think her waterworks were real, and he believed she was incapable of genuine emotion. Luna said he was wrong, and she promised that no one deserved any of the horrible things she had done. She knew that her words would never make up for her previous actions, and she understood why Will would never believe her. Luna hated more than anything that she hurt Will, and she understood that she violated him when he couldn't consent. The pregnancy gave her hope that Will would find her worthy of love, and it could be her path to redemption. Will proclaimed, "My child will never have to pay for the sins of its twisted mother." Everyone raced to the beach house, while Luna and Will continued their emotionally volatile conversation about the baby. He didn't think he'd ever see her again, because she deserved to spend the rest of her life in a jail cell. The more Will discussed their unborn child, the more emotional Luna got. Luna told Will that it was too late for the baby. She said the stress of everything surrounding her must have caused her to miscarry. She believed she could have been a good mother, and she told Will, "I'm sorry, Will. I'm sorry for all of it." The sound of police sirens approached the beach house, and when Will raced outside to tell them where Luna was, she took the opportunity to make a swift exit from the house. Bold and the Beautiful reveals Taylor Hayes fantasizing about Deacon Sharp, even though she knows better and shouldn't be doing it. He's a married man, and Sheila Carter thinks that he's her dream guy and her destiny, but that may change soon. Honestly, I think Taylor should steal Deacon. We are going to lay out why I absolutely think that not only should Taylor take Deacon from Sheila, but that she would be totally justified to do it. It's karma, and I don't think Taylor should feel an ounce of guilt if she does take Sheila's man. If this was any other patient of Taylor's on Bold and the Beautiful, if Deacon was just some random guy who came in for therapy to deal with his wife lying to him, I would say, yeah, Taylor should keep her hands off of Deacon, even if his wife was awful. But in this case, specifically because it's Sheila, it's a lot more nuanced and complicated. In fact, I think Taylor would be absolutely justified in stealing any man that Sheila was with, whether it's Deacon or, Bill Spencer back when they were together, if that hadn't turned out to be a scheme that he was working. The bottom line is, Sheila owes Taylor a lot more, I think, than just a husband. She owes her years of her life. So, I feel pretty sure that B&B is going to go there, and we are going to see Taylor wind up with Deacon, at least for a while. And I think Sheila should accept that it is karma coming to deliver what's due. Here's my reasoning. And again, I'm not saying Taylor should do this to anybody else, But Sheila is a special case because of very specific things that she has done to Taylor. Do you remember back in 2002 when Hunter Tylo was still in the role? Sheila was doing some of her usual crazy criminal stuff, and she was kidnapping people, doing dastardly violent things. Taylor had come over to the Forrester mansion to warn Eric Forrester that Psycho Sheila was on the loose and wreaking havoc, but Taylor was too late. When she got there, Sheila was already holding Eric at gunpoint, and then she took Taylor hostage. The doc tried to do her shrink thing and calm Sheila down, get her to let them go as hostages, and Taylor almost had it. It almost worked until Brooke Logan burst in the door and startled Sheila, who then turned the gun on Brooke. Taylor leaped into action and fought Sheila for the gun, and she wound up shooting Taylor in the chest. She was rushed to the hospital, had surgery, and she died in Ridge Forrester's arms at the hospital. Only Taylor wasn't really dead. She was stolen by Prince Omar, who had found a faint heartbeat, and he saved her. The bottom line was Taylor's whole family thought she was dead for 3 years because of Sheila. And in the interim, guess what? Ridge got with Brooke. So, a few years ago, Taylor told Sheila that she forgave her, but, I mean, come on, there's more to it than that. Not only does Taylor owe Sheila some payback for basically shooting her to death 20 years ago, but she also owes her for what she did to her daughter, Steffi Forrester, just a couple of years ago. If you recall, Sheila shot Steffi back in 2022. She didn't want Sheila around Finn and was giving ultimatums. Steffi had recently found out that Sheila had swapped Brooke's non-alcoholic sparkling wine for real champagne and pushed her off the wagon, and Brooke started getting drunk again. Steffi said that Sheila hadn't changed and would never see Finn or Hayes Forrester Finnegan again. That's when Sheila snapped and she shot at Steffi, but Finn jumped in and took a bullet for his wife. Then, when Steffi tried to call 911 for an ambulance for Finn, Sheila shot her too and tried to make it look like a robbery and took off. So, Steffi survived, but she thought Finn had died and it broke her heart. Although fans had figured out he was alive, it was this big reveal when he found Steffi in Monaco and they were reunited. But still, Psycho Sheila shot Steffi and tried to murder Taylor's daughter in cold blood. After the havoc that Sheila has wreaked in Taylor's life and the lives of her loved ones, I think it would be absolute karma if Taylor took her man. Plus, don't forget that Sheila has been aiding and abetting lunatic Luna, who also wants to kill Steffi and has tried more than once to kill her. If not for Sheila, Luna might not have tried to shoot Steffi and then actually shot Liam Spencer at the Malibu house. Now, in her defense, Sheila did try and stop Luna from shooting Steffi and from shooting Liam, but that's a drop in the bucket. I think Deacon would have remained loyal to Sheila indefinitely, but she knows how much her husband hates Luna, and for very good reason. Luna killed Deacon's 2 best friends in cold blood right in his restaurant, and Sheila lied and covered for their killer. This whole deal with Sheila's marriage to Deacon falling apart is 110% Sheila's own fault. Deacon's doing therapy ostensibly to try and save his marriage, but that put him in Taylor's path, and he saw things that the 2 of them had in common, and they started bonding. For Deacon, it's a no-brainer choosing between Taylor and Sheila, between bad and good, dark and light. Not that Taylor's a saint. I'm not saying that, she's not. But stand her next to Sheila, and Taylor looks like freaking Mother Teresa. Let's be real, it's not like his therapist was coming on to Deacon. He's actually the one who started this. He was at a vulnerable place, and Taylor made him feel better about himself, and she truly helped him. It was Deacon who was making these overtures and saying all this stuff. Taylor has fought the pull she's feeling towards Deacon, and she sent him back to Sheila and said, "Go back to your wife and reconcile." But we all know this is not over. When they had that promo for last week with the scene of Taylor and Deacon slow dancing at Il Giardino, I knew that wasn't a true spoiler, and it was going to be a fantasy sequence. I was wondering if it was going to be in Deacon's mind, and it turned out to be in Taylor's mind. So, I was pleasantly surprised that it was Taylor who was having that romantic fantasy about Deacon. If Taylor and Deacon do end up together, which seems likely, Sheila would lose her mind. But I honestly think if Taylor told her, "Look, think about all the things you've taken from me. I missed years with my kids when you shot me. I lost my husband because of you. Because Ridge had gone back to Brooke and all this. And you tried to kill my daughter, Steffi." I think Taylor might actually be able to talk Sheila into realizing she should walk away and accept that she has lost Deacon to Taylor once and for all, and it is her own fault because it's the sins of her past coming back for her. So, we'll see how it goes. B&B fans noticed that Luna was sent back to prison without a trial. The Bold and the Beautiful's villain in training, Luna, was sent back to prison, but she's broken out again. Meanwhile, fans want to know how she was sent back to prison without a trial. New questions about Luna's crimes have popped up. In the U.S. criminal justice system, you can't go to jail without a trial for a period of time. However, that's not the case for Luna, who was immediately sent back to prison without a trial. These questions were raised on a soap opera message board, where the original poster asked how this was allowed to happen. Luna hasn't been charged for her latest crimes, which include the school shooting and rape of Will. Even supervillain Sheila has gone through a trial for her crimes. But fans noticed that's not the case for Luna. This sparked debate among fans about whether Luna was sent to jail rather than prison. One person wondered, "I think that she's still in jail, not prison. What I don't understand is why we haven't seen her speaking to an attorney, even a public defender." Someone else argued, "Luna has to be just in jail. Prisons don't send their laundry out. They have their own laundry in prison. Jails, though, probably do send theirs out. And I don't think they would have a prison in the middle of LA either." B&B has made it clear that Luna's in prison, not in jail. That detail alone makes this storyline more confusing, as prison typically occurs after a trial. However, some fans think the characters are just using that word because they believe that's where she belongs. This brings up an important question. Does Luna deserve a fair trial? Of course, she deserves to be in prison for the rest of her life. However, everyone deserves the right to a fair trial, and she should fight for it, especially if she wants to present her case to secure her freedom. One fan wrote, "It's maddening to every viewer that her crimes have never been read out." Someone else speculated, after being charged, a prisoner could be held for a year before they come to trial. She should, though, at least have a public defender. Another person noted, "She is most likely being held without bail before the trial starts, even though we never saw her arraignment. It makes sense she is not given bail, as she is a double murderer." This week, Luna broke out of jail, and she will end up on the run. The B&B preview shows Lee asking Luna to make the right decision. Will she finally turn herself in? What are your thoughts on Luna's storyline? Do you think her case should be tried in the court of law? Sound off below in the comments section.